We are going to be talking about the escalating conflict between Israel and Iran, something we should all be deeply concerned about after last night. There were some strikes on Iranian territory, allegedly by the Israeli government. Joining me now is military and defence analyst, Colonel Simon Diggins. Colonel Diggins, thank you very much for joining us. Israel has not admitted responsibility for these attacks yet on Iran. Do you think they're likely to do so? And are we going to find out more information about what exactly has gone on as the day proceeds?
I think we'll probably get less information, Jake, than the Israelis revealed when they were attacked. Israel has a policy of not giving a lot of detail about its attacks. So, for example, when it did attack almost certainly attacked the Iranian consulate in Damascus, it didn't announce that. And generally speaking, it doesn't announce its attacks into other countries' territories. The Iranians have put out a certain amount of information, but they've also been very keen to emphasize, in their view, how limited the success of the attack was. But clearly, they're not in a position or willing to explain that the thing had gone very badly. So we may not get a huge amount, much more detail from that, but information may emerge over the next couple of days. But I don't think we're going to get the sort of the full detail we got on the response to the Iranian attack on Israel a few nights ago.
And is this likely, Colonel Diggins, to be the end of the matter, or do you think we're going to now see, as night follows day, a response from Iran against Israel?
It's a really hard question to answer. You'll recall immediately prior to the Iranian attack, they'd also taken hostage effectively a vessel, and the question in the Gulf of Oman. And the question there was that their response to the attack by Israel, or presumed attack by Israel onto Damascus. So it's unclear whether this is just the precursor, effectively a sort of demonstration to show we could do something, or it could be something more as a sort of just the attack in itself, and that's the end on it. I mean, there is a neat point about what they did. I mean, the main attack appears to be around an airbase near Isfahan in the sort of southwest of the country, and of course, a lot of the Iranian targets was around an airbase in the south of Israel as well. So there's a certain amount where you could say we're just showing you we could do what we're going to do, and we could do more if required. So it may be the end of it, but it rather depends on the reactions of the two leadership groups.
Well, should we be concerned about Iran being a threat in the UK, or are they just a threat to Israel and the wider region?
No, I mean, I think that's one of the key points that we need to be really honest with ourselves about. Iran has a very wide range of capabilities it's using. It doesn't have a great strength on what you might call conventional warfare. It's got this rather strange mix of equipment. It's either had left over from pre-1979 or it's acquired since then. What it has done, and we've seen it in the Middle East through its proxies, but also through the operations of the IRGC, it's got a very thoroughgoing ability to conduct what you might call grey zone warfare, whether it be hybrid through proxies, through propaganda outlets, and through various organisations who will propagate their message. So yes, they are a threat to us, and I think we need to be much more conscious of it than we have been so far in the past.
Well, if they do remain such a threat to the United Kingdom, why do you think Rishi Sunak has resisted calls to ban the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, or the IRGC, as they're known?
Yeah, no, it's a $64,000 question, Jake. It's a good one to ask. I think there's two reasons. The first is the extent to which the IRGC is sort of completely and thoroughly infiltrated into what you might call the Iranian state apparatus. Iran is a strange country. You've got a lot of the things that look like a normal, even a functioning democracy. There's a parliament, there's leadership, everything goes there. And then you've got this parallel state, at the head of which is the religious leadership of the country, and then the IRGC, who are dedicated to supporting the revolution. But the IRGC is now thoroughly integrated into a lot of the state. So one of the concerns would be that if we actually say we're going to prescribe this organisation and not talk to it, then those bits of the Iranian state who we need to talk to, we will no longer be able so to do. I mean, that's the first side for it. And linked to that is the professional advice that Rishi Sunak it appears to be getting from both the Foreign Office, the FCDO, and also from our security agencies, who both say that they do not need for the IRGC to be prescribed to do what they need to do. So I think that's where he is at the moment. Other people are taking a different view, but I think if you ask the question, why is he not prescribed them, as other people are saying do, I think that's the reason why.
But wouldn't prescribing them send a message, and you're right, that we are out of step with many of our allies on this, aren't we?
No, I think we are. And I think it's very, it would be a perfectly reasonable thing to say and to do, and just say, up with this, we will not put. We've had enough of the fact that the radicalisation of Islamic student groups within this country, the propagation of frankly, hate speech in this country, and they're responsible for it. And then Iran will have to adjust in terms of if they have to move people away from it. That's fine. I would have no difficulty with them being prescribed. I don't think it adds anything to them. As you say, many of our allies have already prescribed them, and frankly, we can do without people who are propagating hate speech in our country.
Colonel Diggins, it's been fascinating to hear from you, particularly about the real impact of this in the United Kingdom. Thank you very much for joining us here on talkTV. Still